Hey y'all, it's Mandy, and this is my 2-week update since I had my extended tummy tuck, lipo with the flanks, and muscle repair. Still not, back to myself, and I didn't expect to be really at 2 weeks out, me personally. Just going by my recovery process after my weight loss surgery last June. I noticed with that surgery that it took me longer to recover than surgeries that I've had in the past. Which now, it was, a bigger deal surgery, don't get me wrong. But I just tell a difference in my body overall. But I was overweight going into that surgery. And even with this surgery, I'm trying to keep in mind, that, last June I did have that other major surgery, and I've lost all this weight, and, going into this surgery so soon, that my body's just been through a lot, and I'm okay with the fact that I ain't up doing all this stuff that so many other people are doing at 2 weeks out. All that stuff ain't happening over here, and I'm okay with it, because a lot of the people that I'm seeing on YouTube and on Instagram, not all, but a lot, and even in the Facebook groups, they're not 45-year-old nanas, okay? I don't know how some of these people, going back to work 2 weeks out. But again, I put my body through a lot in the last, 18, 19 months. And I'm not 30 years old no more, 25, 30 years old no more. So it's all right. I am trying to pace myself, getting up and moving around periodically, not overdoing it. Although my husband disagrees. He says I'm up too much now and trying to do too much. He caught me in the laundry room. Well, I say caught like I was doing something I shouldn't have been doing or doing something wrong, but I have my little grabber. I've got the stackable washer and dryer. I have my little grabber thing, getting stuff out of the washer and bringing it to the top and putting it in the dryer. Laundry needed done. And he works night shift and he's asleep during the day. And my son was busy doing something else outside that my husband told him he needed to get out there and do. Can't even remember what it was now, and I was just like, hey, I bought that grabber for times like this. So, and whatever reason, he came through the house when I wasn't expecting him. I thought he was still upstairs asleep. And he came in there, he's like, he took that thing from me and said, go sit down. And I wasn't in no kind of pain. I wasn't straining or anything like that. So, if I can do it comfortably and I don't feel like I'm like stretching too much or lifting anything too heavy, then I'm just going to go ahead and do it. Okay? But he, like I said, he disagrees. That he thinks that I'm doing too much, that I'm not resting enough. I feel like I'm resting plenty. So I don't know, but he went back in the room with me when I went for my post-op appointment, and my plastic surgeon had she'd asked me how everything was going, and I just, told her my energy level wasn't, back to normal, which I didn't expect it to be. But she'd asked me how my energy was which is why, they'd even came up. And of course, my husband, he couldn't just sit in the corner and be quiet. I took him in there for assistance because I didn't know if I was going to have to get undressed, if I was going to trip and fall, and the nurse was going to come in and find me, laying on the floor, can't get up with my leggings or whatever it was I had on around my ankles, and just, he was supposed to sit there and be quiet and help me if I needed help. But no, he had to speak up and say, oh, but ask her what else she's doing during the day. Ask her how many loads of laundry she couldn't wait on me to go downstairs and do. Ask her how many times she swept the floor in it. And I'm just like, what? But she kind of agreed with him, I guess you could say. I didn't feel teamed up on, but she was just like, you need to take it easy. This is like a big deal surgery. You've just had major surgery. Just sit down and enjoy the recovery, pretty much, but I feel like I have been. And so, just out of curiosity, I put my Fitbit on, okay? Now, I'm used to getting like, I don't know, it varies, my step count on a normal day. It can vary anywhere between like 12,000 to 22,000 steps in a day. So you're talking about somebody that's going from that to, I think my Fitbit said yesterday, I got like 3,000 steps. So in my mind, I'm like, I'm not doing too much. But in somebody else's mind, who don't average that many steps, they might be, girl, you need to sit down. But I will say this, they might be right, because I kind of like paid attention to, like the day after I had like 3,000 steps. Yeah, I felt like I had been run over by a truck or something. Like I was really sore, and just felt drained. So maybe I have been doing too much. So I have been trying to like, reel it in some the last few days. And just doing like little things. Sitting down more frequently, really. That's about it. What else? Oh, my weight. Again, I'm not stressing out over it, but I'm just a curious type of person. I've been keeping track of my weight, really, because I'm just curious about, what the swelling is like, and my weight went up to, I don't know, around 178, 179. I was 176 the day of surgery. And this morning, I think I weighed in at like 176.6. So, it's not bad. It is expected to get worse. I know that. And so, really, I'm just getting on the scale just because I'm like wanting to see the fluctuations with swelling. So, what else? What I've been eating, really, not a lot. Really don't have much of an appetite. And when I do eat something, it's like a few bites and I'm done. Kind of like it was in the beginning, not like the direct beginning, like early days after VSG, but like a few months out from VSG, that restriction is there. And that's, no doubt from the muscle repair and the binder, I'm sure, plays a part. So I have just been trying to get my protein in with the shakes. I mean, which is typically what I do anyway, because, being a VSG patient, I can't eat, the amount of protein that I need in a day comfortably. And I'm not going to force myself to do it. I know I see a lot of people on, mostly Facebook groups, not on YouTube. I will say that about the community, the weight loss community on YouTube versus Facebook. People are nicer on here. And I'm just going to leave that right there. They're real quick to point out, like, oh, well, you should be eating this for your protein, and you should be eating that for your protein. Why are you eating, all those protein bars? It's processed, this and that. Look, if you can fit 80 to 100 grams of protein in your belly comfortably, then by all means, you do that. Go ahead, sis, do it. Me, I cannot, and I will not force it. I mean, that's kind of why I had weight loss surgery to begin with. You feel me? But I'm going to get it in how I can and what I feel like is best for me. All my levels on my blood work are just fine. So, it's okay. So, I've been drinking the Premier Protein shakes and having at least one protein bar a day. What else? Oh, my Ancient Nutrition collagen. It has some protein in it, not as much as like a Premier Protein, but it's got that collagen in there that it's going to help aid in the healing of my incision. And that's not something that I just like recently started and was expecting like miraculous things to happen. I have been using that even prior to weight loss surgery, so I've been using it for a while. What else? Oh, water. Look, if you are about to have this surgery, any surgery, water, especially with a surgery like this, because it's inevitable that you're going to have some swelling, but if you can get in a lot of water, it's going to help the swelling not be so bad, because it's going to help flush all those toxins out. So water, and when you think you've had enough water, drink some more water. My swelling has not been super bad or extreme like I've seen with some others, but I am just 2 weeks out, and so I don't think I've hit that point to where a lot of people say that what is it, that swell hell. I don't think I'm far enough out to have experienced that yet, but I know it's probably coming, because I tend to swell anyway and retain fluid and all that. And I know this is like different type of swelling, not the same kind of swelling, as why my doctor has me on a water retention pill, fluid pill, whatever. which I have not been taking, just because of that restriction that I mentioned, and struggling to really get a lot in. I don't want to like dehydrate myself. And I did call my doctor and run that by her first, and she said that was fine, because really it's a as needed thing for me now at this point, because we kind of got it under control, and it's just something that I have to keep an eye on, pretty much. So I think that's about it. Really not a lot has changed since my 1 week. Oh well, yeah, I got both my drains out by my sister-in-law, not my plastic surgeon. They were both out before my first post-op appointment, but I did speak to my plastic surgeon about it first. The first one, my sister-in-law took out, I can't even remember why we took that one out early. Now, oh yeah, I can. I got it caught on something and it pulled the stitch loose. My second drain, my sister-in-law stopped by. I talked to my plastic surgeon, and she said it was okay for my sister-in-law to go ahead and pull it, or for my husband to go ahead and pull it, because it was draining under the amount that it needed to be draining, and she would have been taking it out the next day anyway. It started getting really red and irritated around the place on my skin where it was inserted into my body. Excuse me. And it was really itchy, and it was like warm to the touch, and it was I know it's normal to have some leakage around it, but it had a weird smell to it, and so there was concern that it was like getting infected. So since it was draining under, I think it was 25 or something like that, she said to go ahead and pull it. And so that happened. And y'all, when I tell you the relief that you will have after the drains come out, oh my God. It's kind of like you're renewed in a sense. But not really, because you're still recovering. Oh, I got choked, coughed. I think that was in week 1, and I already mentioned that to y'all. But it's still in my brain, because that was scary and it hurt. And also, I have like allergies, which 95% of people do, I think. But I blow my nose a lot, and this is going to sound crazy to some people, like, don't know about blowing my nose, but I have missed blowing my nose. It just feels like, I want to blow my nose. I'm scared to blow my nose. So what I've been doing is, after I shower, which I did manage to go up the stairs and do by myself earlier today. It's the end of the day. I washed my hair. Coming down the stairs, I was like a little scared, because my stairs are wood. I don't have like a carpet runner, no handrail. They're really narrow, and I had socks on, so I was like, let me be on the safe side and have my husband just to come help me down. So that happened. But after I shower, I had my husband to go to the dollar store and get me one of those nasal aspirators that you use on babies when they're born. And yeah, this is hilarious, but it worked, okay? And I used that, like, because after, you shower, everything's kind of loosened up. And I used that on myself, and then just lightly, that kind of blew my nose. And it worked. So I would say add that to your supply list for tummy tuck, okay? I think that's about it, y'all. I got sidetracked because I was telling y'all what I've been eating and just went off on a tangent. But protein shakes, protein bars. So glad that I did the freezer meals and planned ahead for those. Still eating those. Chicken and rice. What else did I have? Lasagna. I had that on week 1, I think. The days will run together after the surgery, y'all, with any surgery. Taco soup. That was really good. And that's really, as far as meals, like real meals go, that's really all I've had. I've been eating mostly fruit and some Greek yogurt. And I have some crackers when I take all my vitamins and medication and stuff, just in case it would make me nauseous, because I'm sensitive to medication in that way, and I just ain't taking no chances. So that's really been about it. And what else did I have? Sugar-free pudding, and it's been fun. I've not had any issues with constipation, thank God, but I have been taking the Dulcolax. So actually I quit taking it. It's probably all the fruit that I'm eating that's helping that to not be an issue. So, but other than that, everything's going good. And I've blabbed long enough for this update. Thank you for watching. If you've not subscribed yet, please go ahead and do that and give this video a thumbs up. It really helps my channel. And you can go ahead and click on that little bell that you see there too, and you'll be notified when I post another update. And yeah, I think that's it, y'all. I will insert some pictures. Thank you for watching. Hope everybody's doing well. And thanks to everybody who has sent prayers up for me and sent me private messages on Instagram, checking on me and seeing how I'm doing and wishing me speedy recovery. I really appreciate it. Talk to you guys soon.